Tigers.
You got that right. Hey, I learned from you guys. Learned from you.
Right? Y'all can work, make it work. We get a good shot. That's what it's all about, right?
Silence is power.
I want the action. Play ball. There it is. Quiet silence. Play ball. Play ball. You're in the media. I'm in the media. We want action. Play ball. Play ball. Dwayne. Justice. Justice. Guilty. Guilty.
I want to thank you all for respecting our privacy. I am disappointed, as we are with the verdict, but we accept it. We live in a great country that has a great criminal justice system. It is not perfect, but it's the best in the world, and we respect the jury's verdict.
I'd also like to thank you for your time and attention that you've given this case. Both sides are deserving of your attention. We have, from the beginning, just prayed for the truth to come out and for peace to be the result, and that continues to be our prayers, and we believe they have been answered.
I'd just like to say to the family of the dead teenager Trayvon Martin that I appreciate the way they have handled this matter. They've been dignified, they've showed class, they have kept their pain in check when they needed to, and they have grieved when they needed to. And I think that they have handled it like ladies and gentlemen. It can't have been easy, and it won't be easy, so I ask that, I know y'all have a job to do, but when you approach all that, keep them in mind too. Thank you.
I also want to thank the thousands of people who sent prayers our way.
I'll let Bernie answer that.
I think we have to go back to the beginning. Who was following who?
I'm sorry, Bernie.
Who was following who? I mean, isn't that what this case boils down to? That was our theory. Now, we respect the jury's verdict, but really what it boiled down to is a kid minding his own business being followed by a stranger. And so I would submit that that's when it started. I don't know if that answered your question or not. Well, that's not the theory, that's the facts. Jury obviously disagreed at some point, and you'll be able to hopefully inquire of them of what they thought. But when it boils down to is you got a 17-year-old kid who is minding his own business, wearing a hoodie, and gets accosted, gets followed by an individual who wants to be a cop.
I do want to mention one more thing. This case has never been about race, nor has it ever been about the right to bear arms, not in the sense of proving this as a criminal case. But Trayvon Martin was profiled. There is no doubt that he was profiled to be a criminal. And if race was one of the aspects in George Zimmerman's mind, then we believe that we put out the proof necessary to show that Zimmerman did profile Trayvon Martin. But the right to bear arms is a right in which we all believe. I especially believe in that right. What we want is responsible use when someone feels they have to use a gun to take a life. They have to be responsible in their use. And we believe that this case all along was about boundaries and that George Zimmerman exceeded those boundaries.
Hi, I'm Michelle Sunder with USA Today. John Guy talked about the fact that this was going to be a verdict that sent a message, and that it was going to be about what happens when a guy follows a young child and then shoots him. Could you tell me what you think about what this verdict means to the nation and what it says?
Yeah, I don't believe I ever said it was going to send a message. I mean, criminal cases are about defendants and victims. It's a, you know, most instances like this one, a one-on-one confrontation. So it was a determination about what happened between those two individuals. I certainly didn't mean to characterize this as sending a message outside the courtroom.
One more question.
Prosecutor Corey, this question is about Ben Kreidboss. Since testifying in that pretrial hearing about discovery evidence, we understand that he was terminated. Can you talk to us about why he was terminated from your office?
I believe that we have released a letter that details why he was terminated. And again, we want to keep the focus on what we promised 15 months ago, which was to get all of the facts of this case in front of a jury or in front of a judge if it had been a stand your ground hearing. And I believe that's what we've done. I believe the focus needs to be on how the system worked and how now everyone in this country, because of you all covering this case, can say that they know the facts that were allowed in front of the jury, and now they know and can make up their own minds about the guilt of George Zimmerman, and know that this jury gave it a lot of time and attention. I don't think anybody will tell you that they don't appreciate how much the jury did. One more thing that I did forget to mention earlier is when you asked about second-degree murder, remember that the definition of that is an act or a series of acts.